Right, mate?
I'm going to do my best to make you cry, all right? Let's come have a look at this. Hundreds, if not thousands of messages, a few up here for you. Have you read them all?
I wouldn't say I've read them all. I think there's been too many to read, but I tried to read as many as I could, and yeah, it's really nice to see all the messages from the fans and from current and ex-teammates. So yeah, it's really nice to read, and it's something that I will savour for the rest of my life.
Were you sort of braced for the response? I mean, you must have known you were going to get a bit of love back from people.
Yeah, I thought I'd get like a wee bit. Like, I think obviously now the fans like me here. I didn't actually know it was like this much, but yeah, it was good. It was nice reading them. I think my wife read a few as well, and I think she maybe had a tear in her eye. But yeah, it was obviously good to realise you've touched so many people in so many different ways, and yeah, it is excellent.
Lots from current teammates, former teammates as well. Sean Barker, former captain. How much do those messages mean?
Yeah, I think they're excellent. Because it's not really something you'd kind of say to a teammate in the changing room. It's one of them where you don't actually know how much you've got on with people and how much you've played a part in their life and their career until you leave, and you see some of the messages up there from like teammates and ex-teammates. So yeah, that for me is excellent. And
there is a word that crops up quite a lot, particularly from the messages from the fans, which is legends. How does that feel?
Yeah, it's obviously nice. It's nice. I'm not sure I would say I was a legend or that, but I've been here a long time. I've had some really good times, a few bad times, like in the playoff finals and stuff. But yeah, I suppose like to get called a legend's amazing. But yeah, it's one of them. What kind of defines a legend?
It's Stephen Davis. Oh, it's a good save. Bryson, it's in! And Derby lead! And Craig Bryson has his first goal for the Rams. Bryson, they've got one back.
On the end of this in front of Drinkwater does. Chests it down, opens up. Bryson shoots. Bryson scores an absolute peach.
This has been home for the last 8 years. Let's go back 8 years to when you signed for Derby. What did you expect?
I don't know, to be honest. I think when I first came down, I just wanted to try and adapt to the Championship, try and end up being a regular in the team at Derby at that time, and kind of proved myself and proved to other people that I could play in the Championship. Because obviously when you're coming from the SPL, it's like a bit of a step up. Well, back then I thought it was going to be a step up coming to the Championship, and yeah, just try to make myself a regular and basically pay back Nigel Clough for giving me a chance down here. And to be honest, I think I'm forever in debt to Nigel for giving me a chance to come to play at this club, and I keep in contact with him a fair bit. And when I was here, he wasn't just a manager. Like, he actually helped me off the pitch and taught me kind of right from wrong, really, and what's expected at this club. And for him, I'm ever grateful.
Did he have to sell the place to you? Or?
No, not at all. Not at all. I kind of knew what it was like because I came down on trial when I was 18. I think it was under Billy Davis, maybe. But they didn't think I was ready to play in the first team here, and I don't know if they had a reserve team or something. So managed to go back home and sign for Kilmarnock, and then 4 years later the opportunity to come to Derby again came up, and I knew what the place was like, I knew what the training ground was like, and ever since that day I knew that it was Derby I wanted to come to.
You've played for a lot of managers, and we talked about those through the years. What about some of the other people at the club that have maybe been constants? You mentioned a couple of them in your message on Twitter, the people behind the scenes.
Yeah, there's obviously a lot of people behind the scenes at the training ground that do a massive job for this club day in, day out, that sometimes don't get a recognition, but everybody at the club's made me feel so welcome. Like I said, like Phil and Sue, who are in the kitchen, who like basically run after you every day, and they don't really get thanked for it that much, but to the players, like, we all appreciate them. Then you've obviously got the other people I mentioned, and I think Adam Storer as well, who's been like remarkable behind the scenes at Derby. He like basically keeps the place like running. I'm actually not sure what the club would do without him, to be honest. I think he does like a lot of jobs that kind of go unseen, but he keeps basically Derby running on a day-to-day basis.
How were those goodbyes? I assume you've had them already.
Yeah, I went in this morning. To pick up a few things from the training ground and get my boots and stuff. And yeah, it's not great, is it? It's not great when you've met people and you've been down here for 8 years and it's kind of time to say goodbye because I'm moving back to Scotland. But yeah, the people I've met will be friends for life, and I'll always keep in touch with them, and hopefully some people from here will come up and watch games at Aberdeen.
Another opportunity, Forrest block it away. Appeals for handball as Bryson sneaks through. He smuggled it into the back of the net. Into it. Here's Martin meantime. Beautifully worked. What a fantastic goal that is from Derby. Bryson has another, and Bryson is the man who has the hat-trick this.
Earlier you said you don't think you're a legend, but I think many fans will consider you one because of one game in particular, 22nd of March 2014. We'll let you have that. And we're stood next to Steve Bloomer because you are the only people to score a hat-trick against Nottingham Forest. Take me back to that day, take me through that day.
Yeah, it was, well, like I said on Twitter, it was one of the best days of my life. I don't think going into that game I ever imagined that I'd score a hat-trick or that we'd probably win 5-0, because I'm pretty sure leading into that game, I'm not sure if we'd scored in the previous 4 games, so I think we just wanted to go in and win, to be honest. But yeah, for me, on a personal basis, it was unbelievable just to score a hat-trick in any game, but to score it in an East Midlands derby was unbelievable, and yeah, it's a day I'll never forget, and just to beat them 5-0 was even more sweet.
The atmosphere was incredible.
Yeah, it was quality. Like, I think they're the games you always look forward to when the fixtures come out. Just like yesterday, I was still looking out to see when Derby play Forest. But yeah, the atmosphere for their games and how much you get yourself up for their games are just completely different from any other game. I know like you should be up for every game just the same, but when it comes to playing Forest and you know what it means to Derby as a whole, the fans and the whole club, and it's just amazing just to beat them, and to score a hat-trick and win 5-0 that day was amazing.
And you scored the winner at the City Ground as well, a season or two before, so you know really what it's all about to beat Forest.
Yeah, it's fair. It was good. That was quite good as well, like scoring their place in front of Derby fans, and I think it was Connor Salmon basically trying to push my head through the net, which was quite sore at the time, but it was all worth it. But yeah, to score the winner at the City Ground was great, and yeah, it comes close to the hat-trick, to be honest. Like, really enjoyed that day, and yeah, it's one of them. Like, I always loved playing in their games and always loved beating them.
And how does it feel to know that, I mean, maybe there might be a bust one day, you never know, but you know, to have such a unique place in history as you do because of that hat-trick?
Yeah, it's amazing. It's remarkable, like, what kind of one game in one performance and like one hat-trick can do for you, and how it can like touch other people. And yeah, I suppose like I've lived like a lot of Derby fans' dreams. Yeah, and I'm just all like delighted with it, to be honest.
And is that the game and the thing that Derby fans always go to first whenever you see them or meet them? Is it always, you know, thanks for the hat-trick, the 5-0, that was brilliant? Is that the moment?
Yeah, even up until now, every time you meet a Derby fan, they're always like saying thanks for that, thanks for the hat-trick, and thanks for beating them 5-0. So yeah, it's obviously nice, but I think we've spoke about it enough on Rams TV over the years, haven't we? But yeah, it was such a great day for everybody involved.
We talked about Forest, but it wasn't just your performances against them. Some of your big goals, your big moments up on that screen. 8 years, 2 Player of the Year awards, I think 276 games and something like 40-odd goals. You kind of imagined that it would go that well when you arrived, sure?
No, not at all. Not at all. I think it's went even better than I thought. I think, like I said before, the only thing that basically was missing here was promotion. But yeah, apart from that, everything else has been excellent for me. And yeah, more than I believed when I first came to the club.
What other goals, what other moments do stick out for you?
Just looking at that, I seem to score like my best goals away from home. Like the goal at Watford, enjoyed that. I think the second goal at Millwall, the strike, and then maybe the volley at Fulham are probably like my top 3 goals at the club. And yeah, I really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed it, and it's quite good watching them. But looks like you've got about 5 goals on repeat.
The hat-trick at Millwall was the first since Paul Simpson back in the 90s. There seems to be a bit of a theme of you sort of breaking history or making history. Yeah,
it's nice. Obviously, at that time when I scored the hat-trick, we didn't know that. I didn't kind of think it'd have been that long for somebody to score a hat-trick here. But yeah, that day was quite weird. It was just going to Millwall. You always expect it to be a really tough game, and I think we went there that day and won maybe 5-0 or 5-1. So yeah, it was nice to score a hat-trick down there as well. I probably didn't think I would score a hat-trick in my career, but then took him along in like the one season against Millwall, then against Forest. So yeah, for me on a personal basis again, it was amazing.
You mentioned the fact that there have been highs and there have been lows. Does the fact that you've experienced, everything across the spectrum, does that make your time here even more special, really?
Yeah, it's like I keep on saying, it has been excellent, and promotion's the only thing that's been missing, and to miss out in the playoffs, 4 years out of 6 or something, is just really frustrating. I've had enough of the playoffs, and I've had enough of Wembley, so hopefully going back up to Scotland I can try my luck at Hampden in the next couple of seasons.
And just on the decision to go back to Scotland, what was the motivation there? Because Derby did talk to you. I think other clubs in the Championship expressed an interest as well, but you decided time to go to home, or the place where you're from at least.
Yeah, it was mostly due to personal reasons. Obviously, having the kid like a month ago as well played a big part of that. I want like both families to be involved in him growing up, and for me and my wife to go back home and have the support of our families round about us was like probably the main reason for going home. I had a few offers in the Championship and a few offers up in Scotland, but the way Aberdeen and Derek McInnes have made me feel, and how welcome they've made me feel, I think it was the right decision for me and the right club to go to. And when you look at the SPL over the past few years, Aberdeen have been right up there. They've been playing in semi-finals and finals, and I don't want to go up there just to kind of like wind down my career and see it out up there. I want to go up there and I still want to be successful. I want to be playing in big games, and I want to try and be in with a chance of winning trophies and hopefully trying to win the league. And I know that's like a big ask, but I think we need to go into the season with the idea that we can compete in every competition and then see where it takes us.
Good work from Waghorn, and it's an excellent looking ball as well. And Derby are level. Wilson's delivery, Derby looking to start on the front foot. Pride Park Writers, Derby celebrates Sheffield United treble thanks to the boot of Craig Bryson. Drive emphatically home.
Craig, almost time to let you go. Almost. 8 years you've been in Derby. Is it home now? Does it feel like home now?
Yeah, of course. I've said like many a times, it's definitely like a second home, and when I do go back up to Scotland, I'll always come back down and watch Derby games and always look out for the results. And yeah, it does feel surreal that you're actually leaving, but yeah, I think all good things come to an end at some point, and well, unluckily for me, this seems to be the time and the right time to leave.
How much have you changed in the last 8 years?
I think I've grown up, to be fair, in Derby. I think I signed like as a boy, like at 24, and I feel like I'm basically leaving a man, a better player with a lot of experience on the pitch as well, and a lot of good memories from this place.
Married now, of course, a dad now as well. You said to me just over a year ago that if you ever had children, they would be Derby fans. Is Luca going to be a Derby fan?
Yeah, I said that, but I got abused in the changing room for it, because at the time I never actually had a kid, so yeah, it wasn't ideal, and I'm sure like if I say it again now, I'll get abused again in the group chat. But yeah, obviously my kids will grow up to be Derby fans, and they'll probably support who I play for at that time as well.
And when you talk to him, when he's a bit older and he starts to understand what Dad does, what will you tell him about Derby and your time here?
I show him the DVD of the Forest game, but no, I don't know, to be honest. They've got all this social media and YouTube and all that stuff these days, so they can maybe watch a few videos and see what it was like to play for Derby.
Craig, on behalf of everyone, thank you for everything.
Cheers, mate.
And all the best.
Thank you.
Take care.
Cheers.